stretching.
Good.
All right.
Good. We need the audio of the stretching. That's very important.
Sorry, I just walked back to my house from campus, so you know.
Sounds like the setup of a joke that's not funny.
My life is a joke that's not funny, right? It's kind of how it goes.
Woof. Getting real in here.
Very real. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 tabs open on my laptop now. All of them are different recommended romantic comedy anime.
Oh no!
Because I'm craving content, #content of a specific variety.
Get that hashtag content. You wanna here, let's open first. Welcome to Direct to Video,
VHS,
a podcast between podcasts where we talk about whatever we want. I forgot about the VHS. Thanks for picking up on that.
I'm always here in your corner. You sound really tired.
I'm not. Okay, so here's what happened. Fucking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking nothing for a week,
Oof.
and I'm bored out of my goddamn dome. I don't know what to do if I'm not occupying myself with shit. Now, there is shit I could be occupying myself with, so I could get off my ass and do that, but here I am. Basically, if I sound tired, I'm not, I'm just bored. Oh, also, I might be tired.
Alright.
I've been trying to fix my fucked up sleep schedule because it got out of whack because I wasn't doing anything for a week.
I've been in this weird state of not being as busy as I'm used to. For the past 4 years, I've been constantly working, right? Finish one homework assignment, start the next homework assignment. But this semester, I'm taking 40% less load than I'm used to. Mm-hmm. So I have all of this spare time that I'm desperately trying to
What do you
fill.
do with it when you haven't had that before?
Mm-hmm.
And I can attest to the fact that you haven't had spare time because we tried to start a podcast when you were at your busiest, and it didn't work.
I mean, it worked about as well as it could have in that environment, right?
For a little bit, we just weren't doing anything.
Yeah, and that's where it kind of fell apart.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not. What I have learned since we started doing the podcast is that when other people start podcasts, they record a few episodes to see if they've got the rhythm down, and don't just
jump the deep end
feet first.
Yeah.
But here we are. This is our own fault. The bed we've made.
I think if I were to do this again, I would have done it the exact same way. Mostly because I think by both of our natures, by jumping in the deep end, we were both incentivized to improve faster.
Oh yeah, and to keep going too.
Yeah, and to keep trying to stabilize our schedule in a way that made sense.
That makes sense.
Because if we had just recorded 4 episodes that we didn't release, then we probably wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah. I think I've said this before. I'm really glad that we did Pocahontas too for our second episode.
Yeah.
Because it set up the type of podcast we were going to have in a weird way. Because it was there was this movie that we needed to talk about because it has this it's this weird cultural touchstone and also kind of not okay to exist.
It is still to this day one of the most baffling pieces of media that I have consumed.
And this other movie that's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, where they took this thing that was trying to be beautiful and said, let's be a little bit ridiculous. And yet surprisingly historically accurate.
That's the thing. Oh, I want to go back and watch that again, with a historian as a third host. Oh. Somebody who's studied I don't know
early European colonial efforts.
Yeah, and who can tell us yes, maybe we should just get somebody who worked on the movie.
Oh man, find someone. Just like the animation industry is so weird to me because it's so big and yet so insular, you know?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It's one of the industries that's kind of still very much who you know is how you get in.
Well, it's weird because I'll see like people whose like little fan animations they did on YouTube 7 years ago that I enjoyed will be on like TV shows now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, or pitching a TV show. It's kind of awesome, but I do think it still bothers me that as much kind of like cool diversity that we're getting in like Netflix and Cartoon Network and Disney TV shows, that Disney and Pixar are still very much run by the same like old white dudes.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think if we if we continue at this pace, I think eventually, very quickly, we're gonna start seeing some really good stuff. We're on the apex of like an amazing generation of cartoons and animated movies.
Hey, speaking of animated media, what this 5 anime recommendations that you have, this hashtag content.
Oh God, I cannot believe you're putting me on the spot.
You put yourself on the spot.
So technically it was 6, but one of them is only 2 episodes updated.
Ground floor.
So yeah, so I watched the first 2 episodes and really enjoyed it, and I'm now eagerly awaiting the 3rd episode to come out next week. So the one I'm currently going through is a anime called Toradora.
Toradora?
Yeah. Which is kind of a very complicated and very...
There appears to be a parakeet doing karate in this promotional picture.
The parakeet is in fact dying and old and kind of dumb. But okay. The main kind of premise is that this tall guy with the angry looking face, who's a clean freak, is trying to help this short angry girl hook up with his best friend, the vice president of the student council, except that in reality they both like each other, but they don't know it yet.
Oh my God!
And it is absolutely infuriating. It is by far one of the most anger-inducing things I have ever seen, because for example, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, which we both I think enjoyed, only one half of the equation was ignorant and dumb. But in this case, both halves of the equation are ignorant and dumb, which is 4 times worse.
Here's the thing about Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. There are 3, maybe 4 separate relationship dynamics, and one half of each of those relationship dynamics is dumb.
Okay, you make a good point.
Do you know in the manga, his upstairs neighbor has a fucking love interest?
Oh my God,
somebody's got a crush on her, and it's Seiyu's brother.
I just started reading the manga, just because I'm craving this romantic comedy content, and I just met Nozaki's brother.
Oh my God.
It's too much.
I like I find myself really enjoying the ones, the like, there are only a few chapters, but like the few chapters with his, I can't remember her name now, but with the girl who stuck with Meino as her
editor. Yeah.
Because her chapters are always about how like they have all this like weird high school shenanigans going on, and she's like in college and an adult and like still doesn't have her shit together.
I think my favorite thing about those asides is when you meet people who know her from college and they see her hanging out with these 2 high schoolers.
These children, and they're like, "What is she doing?
What's going on? Is she having an affair with a high schooler?"
They have this whole deep fiction about what her life must be like. It's amazing. I love it.
I absolutely adore romantic comedies.
I have also heard I have had it put forth that Nozaki might be asexual, which is distinctly possible the way he acts, but it would kind of feel like a bummer altogether. Like, the fact that he's not picking up on these signals is just because he, like, doesn't pick up on those signals.
I think...
And they're just not signals to him. You know.
I think it's...
Not that I think that series is, like, close to having an ending like that anyway, but...
I mean, I have at least 2 or 3 people that I know who are asexual, and they're not... Well, I think, okay, with the exception of one of them, they're not oblivious, right? Like... They can very much see what is being put down. They're just not in the mood of picking it up. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm completely oblivious. And that's to everything. Like, I have... I should be able to finish the sentence. Communication with other people is hard.
Yes it is.
And if you take that... Like, if you take my inability to properly communicate with other people... And put on top of it just, like, not being attracted to people, I would definitely not notice any signals anybody was ever putting forward. It'd be impossible.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it's like, well, it's like stuff like Nozaki, who will, like, go into, like, a romantically or sexually charged situation with a notebook. Like...
and take notes.
Right, on, like, other people's relationships. And I mean, I get why he does that in the fiction, but also it feels like that would be coming from somebody who doesn't quite realize how awkward it must be.
I think that the solution of that would be to just have the main heroine kind of move on to someone else. Because it's kind of unhealthy, right, to just continue... pursuing and pining over or for somebody who very clearly does not return those affections.
I mean, it's a hard thing, though, because I think they are closer than any of his other friends.
Yes.
So here's my question, because this is something I have never been able to put together. See, I always thought, you know, if you're on somebody's hook, if you're pining over somebody, and you want to get over them, I would always think that the best thing is to cut them out of your life, at least for a while. So you can get over that. I guess this is going to be the love advice episode from 2 dipshits who don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, excuse me, don't speak for me.
I apologize. I don't know what I'm talking about. Andy's a love guru.
Starring Mike Myers. Yes, I'm a love guru. The movie killed his career, I think.
I think his career was pretty dead before that.
It was dying. You know, it was on its last legs.
Yeah. And he... okay. But, like, I always thought that the best thing to do if you're hung up on somebody is to, you know, step away, get out of that relationship. But, like, if you are, like, genuinely good friends with them and then also hung up on them, how do you... As a person who is not able to navigate relationships at all, that would destroy me.
My solution to this problem, as this is a problem that I have had a lot in my life, which is, you know, kind of like crushing on or kind of falling for a person who I am very close friends with. My solution is to just bury those feelings deep down inside and pretend nothing's wrong. And then just kind of fall for somebody else and then repeat.
And then everything works out.
Yeah, and then next thing I know, I have like a crush on 35 people, all of whom I'm very good friends with.
Wow, dude. I do not crush on people like you crush on people.
The process is very fast for me.
Okay.
The speed at which my brain goes, that person's cute, I might have a crush on them. Bury it deep down inside. Can take like a minute.
Great. Perfect.
and I am being a little bit facetious, right? But like, I think it really does depend on the person, and how comfortable you are, like, acknowledging those feelings, but then also realizing that obviously this person isn't returning those feelings or isn't in a position to return those feelings, so it would be unfair to act on them.
Mm-hmm. I have sort of a follow-up question, and again, this is turning into love advice, and it shouldn't be. But this is like, okay, so if you have feelings for a friend,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, those feelings are not that friend's fault or that friend's responsibility.
No, they're not.
Like, so my question is, do you just not tell them? Or do you tell them to, like, clear the air because you think you owe it to them to, like, know why stuff is weird?
Well, so...
Because my first thought is, you don't want to make it... You don't want to, like, put this strain of the relationship by saying, hey, I've got a crush on you.
The thing is, right, is that you're already acting weird. Even if you haven't realized it yet, like, you already act weird around this person. It's up to you whether, like is this weirdness acceptable? And guys, I do not feel comfortable saying this out loud on a fucking podcast that a couple of my friends listen to. I have, like, multiple people, my friends in my life who I have, like, deep, multiple year-long crushes on. I just don't talk about because I'm comfortable with the weirdness that is currently within our friendship. Shout out
That's
to
like a
all of my
nightmare
friends
for
who are
me.
listening.
Holy shit. That's terrible.
But
this isn't a judgment on you. I'm just telling you that this might literally kill me if it happens.
I understand. I completely understand. But then there are other times when, you know, like, I have like kind of just cleared the air with somebody, like, hey, I have these feelings for you. Is that cool? And then they're like, no. And I'm like, now I don't. It's that. It's interesting, right? Like, a big part of when you have a crush on somebody, right, or when you have feelings for somebody, it's the yearning, right? You want that reciprocation. And it's funny how quickly those feelings go away when the other person is kind of like, nah, I'm not into that. It's amazing how freeing that is. Like, oh, I don't either anymore because what I wanted was the reciprocation, and because you don't have it, now we can just be friends. But I'm a romanticist and masochistic, so I prefer to keep those feelings of yearning than to just have normal friendships, because I am a broken human being. Does that make sense?
I feel like it would make you call your friends more often.
I mean,
you don't have to, like, admit anything about. You don't have to admit anything more about your friendships. I think we have enough.
Enough evidence in the locker. No, I don't think so. It makes, right, like, there's always a tinge of, every time you contact, like, send a text or reach out to somebody in any way, there's always that feeling of, oh God, they know. And nothing is more frightening, to me anyway, of being in this position of, I like this person knows I like them, but neither of us have said anything tangibly, so we can't act on anything yet. That, to me, is the nightmare scenario.
Oh my God.
Because now we're both playing this, like, invisible game of chess. where like, I'm having to, like, play out to checkmate in my brain every time I talk to this person, because I never know, like, what level of chess they're playing on. When in reality, right, we're both staring at we both still haven't told each other that we're playing chess. So, don't do that. Just, you know, just pretend everything's normal. Bury those feelings deep down inside.
Yeah, I super cannot stress enough, man, how much this would kill me.
I think we've both established, right, that I am living a life that is so deeply stressful to you. Or this is just another layer of that, maybe.
If we did, like, a Freaky Friday thing, I would die in your butt.
Yeah.
Also, you would start failing your math classes because I'm okay at math.
Oh gosh, yeah, we cannot Freaky Friday. I'm so close to my degree, I can't afford that. We'd have to Freaky Friday after I get my degree, right? When all of my math
When you
is
could
going to
just
be...
lose a job?
Well, I could just
off.
not work on my math for like... How long did Freaky Friday last? Like a week? I could take a week off.
I didn't watch Freaky Friday, but I assumed it was a day.
No, because it has to be Friday when they switch back.
I guess it makes sense.
So it would either take place throughout one Friday, which doesn't make sense, or a week. I watched the new Freaky Friday, by the way, with
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan and the other woman. That was a very good movie.
Was it a very good movie?
So the other recommendations. One of them is Baka and Test Summon the Beasts. I have no idea what this is. Apparently it's a world where everybody has these like tiny little virtual avatars that follow them around.
What?
And I guess romantic comedy ensues somehow because of that. I haven't started watching it. One of them is Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, which is a Freaky Friday type situation where this boy and girl switch bodies.
And it seems like she is one of 7 witches?
Yes, and romance ensues.
Sure.
One of them is Sure Dure Children, which is like a series of vignettes of romantic accidents.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm very...
I know the type of thing you're talking about.
Yeah. The show that I watched that was only like 2 episodes in... Oh gosh, I'm trying to find it. What were you called?
Do you know what's always my fear with romantic comedy animes, which we have both come out in favor of?
Yes.
Is that it will take a turn into a romantic drama anime, which I am 100% not up for.
I'm okay with that.
It's just that sometimes, like, people die or go into, like, a coma, and it's like, dude, that's not what I wanted.
Now, I'm okay with that because I just... Anything romance I enjoy as long as there's, like, no murder involved or, like, deeply troubling situations.
Oh, like that bullshit television. What was it? It was on, like, Netflix.
Which one?
My Lie in April.
I think it was Your Lie in April. I haven't seen it.
Your Lie in April? You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, it
sucks. I don't have Netflix anymore.
Don't watch it, ever. Let me tell you about it. I started watching it because it was like, hey, you like romantic comedy animes? And I was like, yes, I do. And so I started watching it, and it's a Manic Pixie Dream Girl anime.
Oh, already you don't like this.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, they really... the only reason for this girl's existence is to make this guy happy, huh? And I was like, surely they'll get better. And I kept watching, and I was like, oh, there's some stuff that's like really like there's this whole there's this whole like piano subplot that's about like that's about like loving what you do because you're doing it. And it's like a really good way to look at art.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. And then but oh my god, it's just that it's such a Manic Pixie Dream Girl anime. It's revealed that she's sick.
Oh no. Oh god damn.
And that she sought this guy out because, like, when they were little, he inspired her, and she wanted to inspire him because she's so sick, and she starts getting better, and I'm like, oh no. Oh, I gotta keep watching, because they're not gonna do this, and then she dies.
Damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that's real bad. That's not good. I hate, I've always hated that, like, this idea in fiction, right, that, like, you need to have, like, a deeply... like some form of like troubled experience in order to like create art, like a dying childhood friend. Oh, that's so terrible and shitty.
It's so it kept going like, no, they're not gonna do this. They're not gonna do this, and they did it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
Well, the thing was, he had like a side love interest. Like he had
good.
He had this girl that had a crush on him, and he was like crushing on this other girl who was dying. And when she died, I was like, well, I guess this opens it up for the other girl. I guess they got rid of the love triangle in the worst way.
Kill the hypotenuse. Oh, Jesus, that's so bad. So, the other romantic comedy that was recommended to me is Karakai Jozu no Tagaki-san. I don't know what that means. But this one I actually really enjoy because it's about these two kids in middle school. This girl who constantly teases this boy, and as much as I don't like the whole when somebody teases you when you're a kid, they obviously like you thing. The way that this show does it is actually very wholesome and good because like these two very obviously like have feelings for each other, but because they're kids, their kind of way of going about things is very competitive, where the boy wants to tease the other girl and embarrass her the way she teases and embarrasses him. He wants to win, and the framing of this is like a competition for him and like a pastime for her is very good and very wholesome. I really like it. I actually recommend this one. This is the one that's like, it's 2 episodes in, so it has a chance to go bad right by the end of the season. But the first 2 episodes are very good.
She could die.
She could die. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And the final one is a show that was recommended to me last year that I didn't really feel good about, but I started watching it and is very good, and it's called Gamers!
Uh-oh.
And that sounds bad. It sounds terrible. But it's about...
Does it indeed?
It's about basically just this group of friends in high school that play video games, and that's the one thing they have in common.
Okay.
And one of them decides to start a video game playing club where they either join competitive, like, Major League Gaming matches or stream or speed running matches where the club can make money. But so she invites the lead male because she likes him, but he says no because he just kind of plays video games for fun. He doesn't do it competitively. He doesn't realize that she likes him, but this cool kid in school realizes that she likes him. So he keeps trying to set them both up. He has a girlfriend, and they're both kind of like the popular couple in school. And after he fails to set up these other two, he meets this other girl who it turns out is the main character's online friend. And he decides, I'm going to get these two hooked up in real life because they get along so well in the video game world, right? Except they hate each other in real life. Of course they don't get along at all. So he keeps hanging out with this other girl, trying to get her to hang out, to get together with his friend. Except because he's spending so much time with her, his girlfriend now thinks that he's cheating on her. So the main character starts hanging out with his girlfriend, trying to reassure her that there's nothing going on between this new girl and her boyfriend. But because now they're hanging out together all the time, his best friend thinks, oh no, I've done this thing where I've made the main character fall in love with my girlfriend. I need to get him hooked up faster. So that he leaves her alone.
This is very good.
But then,
oh no,
cool kid finds out that his girlfriend actually liked him before he was cool, and she decided to make herself cool so that she would be in his league when she found out he was cool now. So now he can't talk to her because he likes her now, and now it's different. I love this show. It's very good.
It's just that it has the worst name of any
its
TV show. Its
name is so unindicative of of how good it is because it's very unfortunate. And honestly, there are some pretty good video game references in the show that are very modern or retro that are very surprising, but honestly have nothing to do at all with the main plot of the story. Watching these comedies gives me so much emotional stress, but I really enjoy it.
It's not the point.
So how are you doing?
Gosh. We just spent half an hour talking about romantic comedy anime / romance in general. So I'm feeling weird, dude. I'm feeling weird.
Understandable. We can keep talking about it.
It's just
Would that make you feel better if we kept talking about romantic comedy / romance in general, or
I feel like that well's dried up.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to, we have that gold mine, but we don't want to dig all the gold out now. My dog back home has arthritis. It's taken us to a very different direction. This was a bad direction. This is a dead end. I feel like I've walked us down.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't got anything to say about anything.
I gave us half an hour of troublesome content, right? Like I'm looking to you to fill up the next half hour.
To be fair, I did jump in and ask uncomfortable questions about relationships,
which I willingly answered. A little too willingly, I might add. Had I were I to do this again, maybe it'd be a bit more reserved. Maybe, probably not.
I was thinking about probably not making a what do you call it when you cut a bunch of stuff together?
Like a montage or a...
Yeah, like a montage of us calling lions hot.
I think like it should be noted that my attraction to Kovu is completely excluded from the fact that he is a cartoon lion.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Like, if I met a person in real life
who looked like Kovu,
who acted and had the mannerisms of this cartoon lion, I would be like, all right.
What mannerisms are those?
I don't want. I regret this.
Okay, because I'm just thinking I could say the same thing about Nala, and she is a powerful woman.
Any woman that can like throw me through a wall or pin me to the ground. I feel like once again I have said too much. I have gone.
You had this moment where I was like, yeah, like strong women are great, and then you're like, throw me through a wall, pin me through to the ground, and I was like, wait, this sounds like a specific kink that you have.
No, we're not gonna say that word.
There's nothing wrong with kinks.
I'm not like getting sexual pleasure. I'm just saying it's a good trait for a woman to have if I want to be in a relationship with them. Mm-hmm. What if they need to save my life from a burning building? Then they just throw me through a wall and boom, I've been saved and they have an escape route. This is a good trait to have.
Well, in that case, I want a woman that can shoot water from her hands.
For that specific scenario?
Yes. Look, if we're making the perfect woman to save us from burning buildings, I want this one.
I guess that would... I don't think water puts out fire as well as you think it would.
I want a woman who could shoot sand from her hands.
Sand?
Sand. Just drawing out the fire with the sand.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Oh my god. Fine. I want a woman with giant wings that can fly me out of the top story of a building.
Well, what if you're in like the middle of the house?
I still want to go up to the top story.
I guess
that's where I want to leave.
I guess fire does burn up, right? I mean, unless the fire starts at the top, but then you could just get out the bottom just fine. So it renders the whole argument moot. Welcome to DVD Extras, where Tony and Andy talk about building the perfect woman to be in a relationship with who can save you from a burning home.
I want an Animorph, but written well.
No. You have gone full circle back into like getting dangerously close to being attracted to animals territory.
It's not about attraction. It's about whether or not she, as a rhino, can knock down a wall. And the answer is yes.
Okay, but she has to like at some point touch the rhino, right? Isn't that a big part of Animorphs?
Yeah, but I think you can like go places where they'll let you touch the rhino.
You also have to get out of the house in, what was it, 4 hours?
2.
2 hours. So you can't let, like, if you're inside of, like, multiple burning houses,
then I have a myriad of problems. And guess what? The Yeerk are winning.
Oh god, we cannot talk about Animorphs.
I can talk about how much I fucking hate Animorphs.
I know.
I spent like a year of my life reading Animorphs. Goddamn bad books.
I don't remember Animorphs enough anymore to hate them.
Stupid fucking books. I was so mad that it ended poorly, and then I like look back on it, and I was like, "Oh, I see. It was just always bad." That was the worst revelation.
I think the worst thing for me is finding out by accident how many ghost writers were involved in Animorphs.
That's the thing. There were like 100 books, and most of them weren't written by her.
And it kind of makes sense when you think about it, right? That they're so disparate and bad and different.
Yeah.
Is that you had like so many people like basically writing like 2 books in a series that weren't next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never knew what part of the plot you were stuck with. I don't know. It's interesting, logistically.
The best thing about those books is at the bottom there's like a flip book in the bottom.
Oh
right,
yeah.
Right corner.
Like you could watch a little
where you
animation.
Turn the kid into the. Yeah.
I think I still have like one of the spin-off books, the Visor 1.
Oh, Visor 1,
yeah,
Visor 3?
I think so. I have one of those.
What were the...
It's the one that, like, takes over one of the main character's moms, but then actually grows to have motherly affection for that character.
Is that what happens with her?
Yeah, something like that. And then they kill themselves.
It's been a while. I know it was Marco's mom.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know why it was decided that, like... Marco needed to have this tragic thing happen to him. Like, everybody has this tragic bullshit happening to him.
Mm-hmm.
Except fucking Jake. Jake's tragic thing is that his brother's a Yeerk. But when I realized that as an adult, how easy it would be to kidnap your fucking brother, if you could turn into a gorilla and just, like, keep him for... It takes like 3 days for the Yeerk to die. Just keep him somewhere for 3 days.
It was a solvable problem for sure.
It's a very solvable problem. One of them gets a Yeerk in them, and that's what they do. Why don't they do that with everyone they know who's a Yeerk? Just one at a time.
Those books are filled with a lot of plot holes. I mean,
they're bad books.
They're not great. I do not know. Animorphs do not recommend unless you want to have a crazy ride. Because man,
it's a crazy ride. Like, one of the spin-off books had them going into the past. And then another one of the spin-off books had them going into the past, but it was a choose-your-own-adventure where you're one of the Animorphs.
Oh, I loved reading choose-your-own-adventure books when I was a kid. No, I was going to say that. I think my favorite were the Goosebumps ones.
Okay, I never got into Goosebumps. As a kid, I was really concerned about stuff that might scare me.
Uh-huh.
But... looking back, I don't think I actually got very scared by any of it. But I was like real worried that Goosebumps would be super freaky, and they just aren't.
No, they're more comedic than scary. I think the scariest thing about Goosebumps is its covers.
But there was like an R.L. Stine led TV show that was on Saturdays,
mm-hmm.
and some of those were scary, and some of them just plain weren't. But like there was one where, like, the kid's doll became a person. The end of that one is, like, the kid becomes a doll.
Yes.
And that was scary. It was very unsettling.
I think the Goosebumps movie or show episode that I remember was the 2-parter, which was the plant in the basement one.
Okay, I don't remember this.
Where it's the one where their dad was like built like making this plant in the basement, and he kept telling them, don't go into the basement. I think that's what the episode was called. Don't go into the basement, part 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they like go into the basement and they find out their dad's been creating this like crazy big plant that like feeds on people, and the plant kidnaps their dad and then turns into their dad.
Ooh.
And they have to, like, find their dad and save their dad and also kill the plant, but they don't know. They end up in the situation of, like, we don't know which one's the plant and which one's our dad. So the little girl with the axe basically kind of just, like, figures it out and rushes and chops the one that is the plant and, like, to pieces.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, the episode ends with their quote-unquote dad, like, cutting himself and bleeding, like, this, like, green ooze.
Like green?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, but that means she did chop up her dad.
No, yeah. Or, well, the thing she chopped up was a plant.
Okay.
Who knows?
So maybe he's, like, infected or something.
Reader beware.
We don't know how this plant works.
You're in for a scare.
You ever read To Be or Not to Be?
No, I still haven't gotten around to it. I'm really mad about that.
I'm sure I've recommended it a few times now.
You've recommended it to me, I think, since it got kickstarted.
Yeah, I really enjoy that book. But I enjoy a lot of Ryan North stuff. I don't like Romeo and or Juliet as much as I liked To Be or Not to Be.
I think I would
I think it's just because I hated Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I would like Romeo or Juliet more than you. But yeah, I don't have as negative of an experience with Romeo and Juliet as you do, so I would probably enjoy it a lot more.
Stupid fucking idiots. Stupid fucking dumb stupid idiots. Everybody's like, it's the greatest love story of all time. And I'm like, they're fucking dumb. What are you talking about? They're just stupid.
Yeah, man. They're kids. They're teenagers. Teenage love is dumb.
Stupid dumb kids who... Well, like, teenage love is dumb, sure, but you don't stab yourself for it. Or you check for a fucking pulse, Romeo. You goddamn idiot.
I think if anything, the person who, like, if I were to write this story, I think the way I would have the story end would be Juliet wakes up, sees Romeo dying, and goes, "Oh, you piece of shit."
Well, you couldn't wait 5 minutes, huh, buddy?
Yeah, right? Like, you couldn't have waited, like, a couple more seconds? Fuck this shit. And then, like, go find another boy to fall in love with, right? Like...
And this minister guy.
The priest.
The priest who marries them and then has Juliet pretend to kill herself. The fuck is his deal?
I think he just wanted to have a good time. He was like, I have this potion that I made that makes people look dead.
In the Ryan North version, he's Doc Brown.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I've got
when
this.
Romeo goes to meet him, he's like, "It works! I've been dead for 48 hours."
I've got this amazing potion, Marty. It's gonna be great. It'll make people think you're not alive. Oh, gee, Doc. That seems a little excessive.
That seems pretty heavy.
I kind of just want to be with my wife. How does this factor into that?
Well, first we kill your wife.
Okay, wait.
Then we sneak her out of the kingdom.
Yeah, they were supposed to sneak her out.
The genius plan he comes up with is have Juliet quote die, get her into the
Mausoleum.
Yeah, the mausoleum. Contact Romeo, get them both out of there. And then what happens is Romeo finds out Juliet died. It's like, well, I guess I'll just go back and look at her body and kill myself. And then he does. Fucking dip.
I love Romeo and Juliet. It's
such a bad story.
Oh, man.
The other thing is it's completely plagiarized, so...
I mean, I think most of what Shakespeare did is in some shape or form plagiarism.
Greatest writer in the English language.
Well, I mean, to be
Didn't write his own shit.
To be fair, he wrote them in a form where they were better to read and better to watch. Because the original Romeo and Juliet story is, like, super fucking boring.
It's like a really long poem or something,
yeah, like,
right?
even compared to
Hamlet.
Shakespeare's version, it's super fucking boring.
Well, see, Shakespeare always took the time to add in a character who would talk about her tits. Or a character who would talk about poop. That's how you keep the people interested.
The man knew how to write a comedy.
Right. It was a tragedy, though.
Well, you gotta have one to balance out the other, right?
the big thing that the whole play hinges on is that a dude accidentally stabs another dude, which I find interesting because it happens in a lot of his shit.
Yeah.
People accidentally stab each other a lot.
I think right, if you were to do the that story today, which is part of why Baz Luhrmann was a fucking genius, is you would just have it that one dude accidentally shot another dude. What I'm like, right? Like maybe there was like a big sword problem back in Shakespeare's day.
There's a line of jokes that aren't funny that I could start making.
I actually was thinking the exact same thing. See, if Shakespeare was here, he would just, add in a character in between us who would talk about poop or their boobs, and it would be funny. Mm-hmm. But, he's history's greatest writer, and we're just two guys.
I mean, I can talk about poop. I can talk about my boobs, too. They're just not that interesting.
I think mine are pretty interesting.
I could talk about what mythical character I may or may not look like when I'm naked.
Did we touch on that already? Can we not? Oh, man. My head is in my hands.
It's okay. It's okay. And I need to bring some comedy back to this. You understand?
No, we did it. We're done. We're good.
We did it. We're done. Good job, guys.
Oh, man. Whew.
Thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
Gosh.
We done did it. Thank you for listening to Direct to Video. VHS? DVD Extras. I have been your co-host, Tony Robusto.
And I have been your host, Andy Reyes.
And, balls.
And balls.
And balls.
And balls. And you can find me on Twitter at royalty_valens.
Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at TheaterBats.
Where can they find your other stuff, Tony?
Well, thank you for asking, Annie. I think I called you Annie, but it's fine. Whatever.
I've heard worse.
Nope. Nobody needs D's in their name. What the fuck was I talking about? You can find my comic at inspirebytrueevents.org, and you can find... you can find what is basically preteen angst in the form of Pokemon fanfiction at SinnoTrainer1 on Tumblr. I will never get unembarrassed by saying that.
You can also find the rest of our podcast and some other bonus stuff whenever we have time to put it up at direct2.video. And a big shout out and a big thanks to
Lee Rosevere.
Lee Rosevere for Penguins on Parade, Music for Podcast 3. Link where you can find that in the description.
Yeah.
I think
and if you got some time, why don't you leave us a review on your podcast viewer watcher thingy?
Catcher. Your podcatcher.
They do call it that, but that's stupid.
Really? You don't like that?
Viewer watcher thingy makes a lot more sense.
Do you prefer, I prefer, going to your local podcast watering hole, drinking up those podcasts. And that voice you heard is the ghost of John Smith.
Great, good. Good, yep, good, we're done.
All right.
Super thrilled to watch 3 movies before our next recording.
Oh man, I'm very excited. Cinderella's really boring.
I think it is. All I really remember is that, I know the entire story of Cinderella, but all I really remember about the Disney version is the Bippity Boppity Boo song, the fact that she actually dresses up the mice as people. Because that stuck with me because that's something a crazy person does.
That Cinderella made the mice little clothes?
Yeah.
I would do that. If I knew how to sew and I hung out with mice my entire life.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I would start making them clothes. For the same reason people give their dogs sweaters.
I don't give my dog sweaters because I'm not a bad person.
Have you seen a dog wear a swetter?
Yes, I've seen a dog wear a
the
sweater.
Backwards hat on?
Oh my god.